right, so guys, we are just going to need a mat. We're not going to do anything specific with props today. And I've got my block there just so that I can sit up a little bit out of my hips, just because my hips put a little bit of strain into my lower back. But you don't need to have that if you don't want to. And we're going to start in a seated position. So just come and sit cross-legged. And what I'd like you to do, and I'm going to do a mirror image for you, is I want you to bring your right foot close in towards your pelvis, and then bring your left foot in front of that, and just pull the flesh of your bum out the back, get onto those sit bones, make any adjustments to your position so that you feel as comfortable as possible around your ankles, your knees, your hips. Give yourself some props underneath your thighs if you need. And then hold on to your knees for a second. Use your arms to lift yourself out of your hips. Do just a little bit of a twist from side to side. Get a little bit of a rotation through your spine, looking over your shoulders. And then just come back to the center for a moment. And we're going to keep palms facing down to start off with. So that is kind of like a grounding position for us. And allow your eyes to softly close or just look down towards the floor. Get a little bit of length along the back of your neck with your chin tucked in very slightly. Keeping your lips gently sealed, and we're going to breathe in and out through our nostrils for the next few moments. Just allow your breath to slow down without forcing. And feel that energy and that oxygen travel through your nostrils, down along through the front of your throat, into your lungs, and feeling your rib cage and your chest rise and fall. Allowing your belly to soften, and just feel that soft response of your belly expanding slightly as you inhale and flattening gently as you exhale. Soften that little area just between your eyebrows, relaxing your forehead and your jaw. Soften and release through your neck and shoulders. Maybe you need to turn your head or tilt your head slightly. Soften around your hips. And then just take a moment to scan your energy all the way from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers and your toes. And just as you did with your physical body, noticing any areas of tension or unease. Start to notice any areas in your energy that you're holding unnecessary tension or unease. And as you breathe in and breathe out, allowing your physical body and your energetic body just to soften a little bit more, to find some release. And in the seated position, take a moment to notice your sit bones, your legs that are in contact with the ground, and just allow yourself to really root here for a moment. And then bring your awareness up to the crown of your head. And notice that lift and that lightness through the crown of your head, floating up towards the clouds. And taking one more deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and gently sigh it out. Blinking your eyes open gently. We're just going to go into a little bit of a seated cat stretch. So you can hold onto your knees as you just round your back slightly, so you're leaning back. And then lift up through the center and actually go a little bit into extension. So maybe you can feel your chest and your heart lift gently. And then again, curl back. And then lengthen. And just a gentle extension. And maybe you can feel that little arch coming into the hollow of your lower back as well. And then just keep moving at your own rhythm. You can feel your body weight shifting slightly. Back over your sit bones. And then rocking forward a little bit. And just taking a few more. And you can make this big, you can make it small. Feeling that release along the front of your chest, and then as you round back, feeling that release between your two shoulder blades. And let's just take one more. Connecting into your breath as you move. Come back to the center, sitting up nice and tall. And you're going to place your right fingertips or your hand towards the ground. Soft arm, keep it a little bit bent, and start to just lean a little bit towards the side. So it's not a full stretch with your top arm at the moment. Soften into your neck. We're going to just stay here for 3 breaths in and out. So we're opening up along that left side body. Feeling that release through the ribs, those intercostals into your left lung and the left side of your heart. And then on your next breath, coming all the way back up, placing left fingertips to the ground or flat hand, soft elbow, and just leaning over towards the side. And this time bringing your awareness to the right side body, no forcing. 3 conscious breaths in and out. And just observing how the 2 sides of your body feel, noticing how they're responding to this release. Slowly coming all the way back up. And help yourself as you lift up your left foot. And you're going to stand on that left foot. Move your right foot just a little bit away so it's a very loose, open position. And now you're going to place your right hand just a little bit behind you, left hand to the inside of your knee, and just allow yourself to sink back soft. And then as you inhale, feel how your breath lifts and guides you into a little bit of an open twist. And then exhale and sink back. It's almost like a sigh. Inhale. Looking gently towards the right. So just using your breath to find that internal expansion and release. So lifting yourself and guiding yourself from the inside out. One more time. Breathing in. Exhale, just sink back. And then help yourself again as you stretch that left leg all the way out. You're going to keep your right foot just in front of you. You can bend your left knee if you need to. Taking a deep inhale as we reach up. And then on your next breath, bring your fingertips in front of you and just start to walk forward. And it doesn't matter how far you come. Maybe this is it. Maybe you want to come down towards your forearms, or maybe you are feeling really, really flexible and you can stretch your arms all the way out. Just find a place of ease where you can close your eyes and notice the weight of your sit bones again connecting to the ground. Finding that length and energy through your spine, and this is called the half dragonfly. And it's a really, really simple but beautiful way to find alignment, to center yourself. Staying for just a few more breaths, and if it feels good for you, maybe you want to release and sink a little bit deeper. No forcing. And on your next breath, making your way slowly all the way back up. And then you're just going to bend your knees in front of you. And holding onto the front of your knees, curl your spine, rolling back. And then lengthen and lift up nice and tall. Use your arms as much as you need to. This is really just about finding some soft movement through your spine. Curling back. Little connection into the abdominals and into the belly. Taking one more time. Lifting all the way up. And this time, bringing your left foot in towards your pelvis first. Right foot goes to the front. Pull your sit bones, pull your flesh of your bum out the back so you can get up on top of those sit bones. Let your hands rest again with your palms down. And this time, we're going to start to draw little circles. It doesn't matter which way you go because we are going to change direction. But just feeling that you are tracing a circle with your pelvis underneath you. So sit bone, pubic bone, other sit bone, tailbone. And just allowing your spine to follow. Let your ribs start to move with you. Let your shoulders go. Maybe it feels good for you to move your head with you as well. And you might be really, really flexible and your knees don't have to move. But don't worry if they lift. So I'm sitting on this block, which means my legs are moving with me. And then when you're ready, change direction and go the other way. So exploring all those movements with your spine, with your ribs. And connect this into your breath, however it feels right for you. Start to make that movement a little bit smaller. A little bit more subtle and refined. And then gently bring yourself back to the center, sitting up nice and tall, bringing your right foot out, help yourself, moving your left foot just a little bit away so you have space. Left hand to the ground, right elbow to the inside of your knee, and just let yourself sigh and sink back. And we inhale, Lifting up and into a gentle open twist. Sink back. Breathing in. Turning towards the left. And you don't have to move at the same rhythm that I am. Find your pace. And remember that it's coming from your breath. So the inhale lifts you and takes you around. The exhale is a sigh. You sink back into it, completely easy. Last one. Sitting up nice and tall. And again, help yourself, stretching your right leg all the way out. Reaching all the way up. And then bringing your fingertips just in front of you as we move into our half dragonfly. So again, just feel it out. If you want to stay a little bit more upright, if you want to come a little bit deeper, I'm going to actually remove the block. And close your eyes. Find that length all the way up through your spine. Chin tucked in very gently to get that length along the back of your neck. Bring your awareness to your sit bones so that you can root into the ground. Allowing your body to realign. Taking just a few more breaths. Maybe you want to come a little bit deeper into it. And on your next breath, start to walk yourself all the way upright. And again, bringing your feet just in front of you. Holding onto your knees. And start to curl yourself back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Two more. Last one. Coming all the way up. Hold it here. You're going to take your hands behind you, fingers pointing a little bit out to the side, and you're going to walk your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Start to roll your knees from side to side. So you're getting a little bit of internal, external rotation through the hips, and just allowing your pelvis to follow so you get that rotation up through your spine. Rooting into your hands so that you start to feel a little bit of a stretch maybe around the shoulders. Take both your knees over to your right. Hold it there. Start to push into your left hand and turn to look over your left shoulder. Notice where this is finding a release or a stretch for you. And then on your next breath, sigh, sink back, roll both knees over to your left, push into your right hand, so there's a feeling of lifting out of that shoulder. Look over the right shoulder, and again, just observe on your own body where you are feeling this release. On your next breath, sigh, sink back, bring your legs back up. You're going to hold onto your knees, lift your feet up, tuck yourself into a tight little ball shape, and just give yourself a moment to balance here. Close your eyes. Feel your breath moving into the back of your lungs, the back of your ribs. Feel the release into your lower back as you do this breath. And then opening your eyes, swing your legs to one side and bring yourself onto all fours. So take a moment to set yourself up here, wrists in a comfortable place. Tuck your toes under, nice long spine, and on your next breath, lift your knees just up off the ground. Finding connections and stability into all your joints. Energy through your crown, energy through your tail. And then on your next breath, releasing your feet or knees down, release your feet all the way back. Take your right hand, reaching it out towards the side, coming into a thread the needle. And hold it here just for a moment. Settle your head and then slide your left arm overhead. So I want you to really focus on stretching that left elbow, walking your hand as far forward as you can. So we're getting a little bit of a release into the lats. This is a little bit of a warm up and a prep for some of the movements that we're going to be doing. Taking just a few more moments here. Feeling that gentle compression of your right lung and the opening of your left lung. Bring your left hand back onto the ground. Come all the way up. Reach the right arm out to the side. Pause just for a moment. And then placing your right hand down. Left hand reaches to the side. Thread the needle all the way through. Settle yourself. And then slide the right hand forward. And get as much of a stretch through that right elbow as you can. Spread your fingers out on the floor. Breathing into it. Feeling that expansion of your right lung. The squeeze of your left lung. And then on your next breath, bring your right hand in. Stretch your left arm out towards the side and placing your hands back down. And again, get your wrists in a comfortable position. We're going into a downward facing dog here. So tuck your toes under. Lift your knees just up off the ground. And then move your hips back and up. And start with your knees really bent so that you can pedal your heels down, just so we start to get a bit of a release into the Achilles and into the calf muscles. Up into the back of the legs, the hamstrings. And then send both your heels towards the floor. Guys, remember, it doesn't matter if they touch or not. It's about the intention, and it doesn't matter if your knees are bent or not. Just stay here for a moment and start to actively push away from your hands. Actively pressing away from your thumb and your index finger, relaxing into the back of your neck. And on your next breath, lower your knees all the way back down. Hold it here and release your feet out. Take your right leg, stretch it back. You're going to lift the leg up, hold it here. Lower abs are connected. And we're just going to do a little bit of a shifting of body weight forwards and backwards. So as you shift backwards, you're going to feel a little bit more connection into your lats. And as you shift forward, you might feel a little bit of an extra connection into the abdominals. So taking just one more, center center yourself, and now step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your hands up onto your knee. If you need a pad, give yourself a pad with the knee, and then toe heel so that your foot comes onto the mat in line with your right hip. Do a little tuck with the tail so your abs are connected and that hip is open. And then explore forwards and backwards and find the place where it feels like you're getting a lovely opening into that left hip. Taking just a few more. Bring yourself into that position that it feels good for you, and you hold it here. Let your left hand come down. I think you guys remember this. Bringing your left hand all the way up. Stay here for a moment. Keep your right hand supporting on your knee. Start to look upwards, and it's not about bending backwards. It's about opening up through the front of your chest and through the front of your heart. 3 breaths in and out. No strain in your back. It can be gentle, it can be small. It doesn't matter what it looks like. How does it feel? And then on your next breath, release, bringing your hands all the way down onto the mat again. And then send that right leg all the way back and bringing your knee in. Set yourself up, taking your left leg, stretch it back. Lift your leg up, double check, abs are connected. And then a little bit of a shifting of body weight forwards and backwards. Feeling out the connections, lower abs, lats. And just taking one more. Center yourself here for a moment, and now step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Bring your hands up, find balance, and then toe heel. So you bring yourself into that parallel alignment. You still want to feel that you are balanced though. Little tuck with the tail, and we start to shift forwards and backwards. Feel that opening now on the right hip. And now bring yourself into the position that feels best for you, and it might be different on this side. Stay for a moment. Right hand comes down. We're going to reach that hand all the way up. Stay here. Keep supporting yourself. Look up gently. And start to lift through your breastbone, lift up through your heart. 3 breaths in and out. It does not have to be a massive back bend. It's a lifting, it's an opening, it's a feeling of releasing. And on your next breath, coming up, bringing both hands all the way down. Taking that left leg, sending it all the way back behind you. And bringing that knee in. Set yourself up, and we're just going to go into a gentle cat stretch. Start rounding through your spine. And then lengthen and extend. So we're just building on our warm-up that we started with, our seated cat stretch. So as soon as we come onto all fours, we have more range. We've got more movement here. Start to explore that movement and find the connections of your breath to that movement as well. Taking one more. Come back to the center and hold it. So now we're going to do something a little bit different today. I want you to come down onto your forearms. And one of the ways you can measure it out is you can take your fist to the inside of your elbow and then you just pivot out. So that's going to tell you that it's sort of more or less the correct position to be in. But if your neck and shoulders are tight, then take your elbows wider if you need to. You're going to tuck your toes under, press the palms of your hands down, and we're just going to hover our knees off the ground. And then, if it feels okay, start to move your hips back and up a little bit, and you can start to straighten your legs a little bit. You might even want to do that same little pedaling action. And then send both heels towards the ground as best you can. And again, it doesn't matter, you could be down here. This is called the Dolphin. And it's a very strong opener for the shoulders. Build strength around the upper body. Taking one more breath in and out. And then slowly release your knees down, release your feet out, and then sit yourself back into a resting position, however it feels best for you. And today we're going to work on stretching our arms forward. So take them out as far as you can manage. And see if you can do a little bit of a rolling action from side to side. Maybe you're a little bit tighter on the one side than the other. And then say to yourself, pause for a moment, taking a breath in. And then on your exhale, spread your fingers wide and draw yourself up again onto all fours. So once again, I want you to stretch your right leg back, lift your right leg up, and then step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your hands up onto your knee, and then walk your foot onto the mat and hold it here. Bring your hips a little bit forward, coming into that stretch that feels good for you. And now release both hands, bringing both hands all the way up. Pause here. Look up and start lifting through the front of your body. If you need to put your right hand on your right knee for support, then feel free to do so. 3 breaths in and out. And on your next breath, release. This time, bring your hands all the way down to the ground, onto the tips of your fingers, and tuck the back toes under. On your breath, pick up the knee, and then lower your knee down. So we're finding connection to core. And again, picking up your knee, and release it down. Taking 2 more. Energy through your crown, energy through your back heel. 1 more time. Lift up, hold it. You're going to push off your back foot and just come a little hop forward. And now push off your back foot, a little hop forward. Push off your back foot, bring your feet in line with each other, and just relax over. Give your head a little bit of a shake. No, no, no. Nod your head, yes, yes, yes. And then bend your knees and slowly, slowly roll all the way upright into standing. And we're going to just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. And just as we did when we started our class and we rooted into our sit bones, we are now going to root into our feet. Stay just for a moment. Allow your crown to float up towards the clouds. And then blinking your eyes open very gently. We're going to inhale to bring both arms all the way up. I'm just moving out of the way here a little bit. And exhale to bring both arms all the way down. And again, inhale all the way up. Connect fingertip to fingertip. And exhale, bringing it all the way down. Now on this next one, we're going to inhale to reach all the way up. And we're going to exhale to bend the elbows, spread the fingers out so the palms of the hands are facing forward. There's a very active position in the hand. And then we inhale to reach up. And exhale, bend your elbows. And these are called cactus arms. And again, inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, open your arms wide. Let them come all the way down beside you. Look down. Start rolling forward through your spine. Softening your knees. Placing fingertips gently to the ground. And now you're going to stand on your left leg. Pick up the right foot and stretch that leg all the way back. Toes to the ground. Lower your knee down. Release your foot and walk your hands up onto that knee. So you should have the other foot in front now. Bring yourself into a position where you find that opening on the right hip. Core connection. Release both your hands. Bringing both arms all the way up. Hold it there. Look up and start opening up through the front of your heart. It's not about bending backwards. Open and release. And on your next breath, come all the way up. Bring your fingertips to the ground on either side of your foot. Tuck your back toe. And let's see if you can pick up that knee and release it down. So it's really about lifting from your center. Last two. Long straight line of the body. Last one. Stay here. Bend your knee and do a little hop forward with the back foot. Little hop forward. One more, little hop forward. Line up your toes and then release over. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Soften your knees and roll all the way upright into standing. Lifting tall. Take a moment once again to close your eyes. Connecting into your breath. And just feeling. Notice the energy that's moving through your body. Feel a beautiful opening across the front of your heart, the softness of your belly, the softness of your hips. And allow your eyes to blink open. This time, soften your knees. We're going to inhale to reach both arms all the way up. And this time, exhale, cactus arms and lift through the front of your chest. So if I turn sideways, you can see I'm actually extending my spine. Inhale, reach up, let your spine lengthen. Exhale, cactus arms. You can arch the spine gently. Inhale, reach up. So this is just like doing the cobra or back extension on the floor. Taking it into an upright position one more time. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up, straightening your knees. And bringing your arms all the way down beside you. Look down. Roll through your spine, softening into your knees, placing fingertips lightly to the ground. Stand on your right foot. Send that left leg all the way back. Placing your hands flat. Send your right foot all the way back, and you are in a plank pose. Let's just stay here for a moment. Find some energy through your crown and some energy through your heels. Finding the strength and stability through every joint. And on your next breath, let your knees come down, release your feet back, round your spine, sit all the way back. Feel free to move your knees and your hands and your feet if you need to. And once again, coming into a resting position and seeing if you can stretch the arms as much as possible. So again, with your arms overhead, depending on where you're tight, you might be feeling a little bit of an opening across the front of the shoulders. You might be feeling a little bit of a stretch into your lower back where the lats connect. Spread your fingers wide, and on your next breath, draw yourself up onto hands and knees. Lengthen out through your spine. We're going to round our backs into a cat stretch. We're going to sit back halfway, push up onto the tips of your fingers, stay for a moment, find a connection into the belly, and then drag your fingers along the floor towards your knees as you unravel and sit all the way upright, kneeling. Take a moment just to roll your shoulders back and around. And then pause for a moment. Tuck your toes under. If you need any padding underneath your knee, go for it. What sometimes helps as well is if you can fold your mat over so you can have a double strip underneath your knees. Make sure that your knees are hip distance apart. Make sure that your feet are hip distance apart right here. Taking your hands just onto the shelf of your pelvis and bring your thumbs towards the sacrum. Squeeze your bum cheeks gently and start to push your pelvis just a little bit forward. So you're really tightening up your bum cheeks and opening the hips. So our hips are nice and open after those releases. Start to ripple upwards through your spine. So you start to lift your breastbone. And again, it's not about bending backwards. It's about opening and releasing through the front of your body. And just see if you can let your head follow. If this is uncomfortable on your neck, then keep your head forward. But just take it into a position that feels good for you. This is called the camel. Staying here for just a few breaths in and out, feeling the work into your abdominals, feeling that opening along your chest. Keep squeezing your bum cheeks so that your pelvis pushes forward. And you can start to explore your range here. One more breath in and out. And release slowly up. Uncurl your toes. Let your hands come down. Re-inhale. Exhale as you round over like a waterfall. Walking your hands all the way out and forward. Hold it here, tuck toes under. We're going to go into a downward facing dog once again. Hover your knees, moving your hips back and up. Maybe do a little bit of a pedaling of your heels towards the ground. And then send both heels down. Actively push away from your thumb and your index finger. Soften your knees. Do a little jump forward. Bouncy knees. Do a little jump forward. Bouncy knees. Do a little jump forward and maybe coming down into a crouch, walking your hands just a little bit behind you and bringing your feet just out in front. Both arms reaching out. Take a breath in. Exhale, place yourself deliberately, consciously towards the floor. If you need to hold on to your legs, hold on to your legs. And then releasing your hands all the way down. Bring your feet a little closer in towards you. And we're going to go into a pelvic curl, into a bridge. Take an inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis. And now we're not going to come up very high. So this is not about extending our spine at the moment. This is about keeping a tuck of the pelvis so that we're really focusing on the gluteals here. Take a little breath at the top and ripple down through your spine. And again, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tilting pelvis back. Stay for a moment, take a little breath. And release down. Last one. Tilting pelvis back. Stay here for a moment. Start to stand on your right foot. Keep your pelvis level. And see if you can lift your left knee up to tabletop. Lightly tap your toes down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Lift up, hold it. Turn your knee out to cross your ankle over the right knee. And now roll down through your spine and release. Connect core, and on your breath, pick up your right leg. So you bring yourself into a little bit of a gluteal stretch and then release your right foot down. And again. Two more. Last one. And release your foot down. Stay here. And on your next breath, roll up into a pelvic curl again. Hold it. Uncurl that left foot. Hold it in the air. And placing your left foot down. Double check that you still have a posterior tuck. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right knee up to tabletop. And we tap down and up. 5, 4, 3. Feel the left gluteal working. 2. 1 more. Hold it. Turn your knee out. Cross your ankle over the left knee. And then roll down through your spine. Pause at the bottom. Again, core connection, so that as you pick up that left leg, your lower back feels secure, and release it down. Two more. So getting that lovely release into the right hip. 1 more. Hold it here. Roll up into your bridge position once again. Unfold your right leg. Place your right foot down. Take a little breath. And roll down through your spine. And release. Hug both knees in towards you. A little bit of a rocking from side to side. And then bring yourself to the center. Hands behind your thighs. We're going to do our slow roll up. You guys know this one. So start to move your thighs away from you. Lift your head to look forward. Using your exhale as you pour your body weight towards your feet. Forehead towards your knee. Take a little breath. And then exhale, unravel, sitting all the way up and tall. And let's come back into a seated position just as we started. Doesn't matter which leg you have in front, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And again, flesh of your bum out the back. And sitting up nice and tall. Maybe do a little bit of a rotation, a little twist of your spine. And then come back to the center. And as we finish off today, we're going to change the position of our hands into a palms facing upward position. And this is a receiving space. So allowing your eyes to soften or to close. And taking the next few moments just to integrate, to receive, to allow all your movements and your breath to come into your body, to move into your energy. Allow yourself to slow down and to feel and observe. Become aware of your breath as it moves through your body, through your nostrils, down through your throat, around your heart, into your lungs. Feel the rise and the fall of your ribs. The gentle movement of your belly. Allowing your hips to soften. Finding that connection and that strength along your spine. Rooting through your tail, your sit bones, and finding lightness and energy through the back of your neck and up through your crown. Taking just one more inhale and exhale. Allowing your eyes to blink open. Taking your hands just down beside you. Taking one more deep inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up. Let your fingertips connect. Open your arms, little circles with your hands. All the way down beside you. Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. Let me just do a little bit of a check-in with everyone.